All right, so today playing a league with a Grixis Delver deck that I put together recently. I've played it now in 3 leagues. 5-0'd my first one, that was cool. 3-2'd my second one, and 4-1'd my third one. So the way that I got to this list was I played some Rug Delver. Just an old Rug Delver list, stock, with Tarmogoyfs and stuff like that. And it was pretty fun. I had a good time. Stifle was pretty good. I feel like Stifle has a high level of doing something when I'm playing on this account. Everybody thinks I'm on Reanimator, so there's that. So anyway, the Stifle was good, and Delvers were obviously great. But I found that the Tarmogoyfs were... 2 mana was... Basically, they sit in your hand a lot, because you have a lot of 1 mana spells to cast, such as the Stifles. So I cut the Tarmogoyfs, and I was trying to find some 1-drops to replace them. I started off with just Terramanders, but Terramander was pretty bad. And then so I tried this Nivmagus thing that people have been doing, where you play Nivmagus and 4 Flusterstorms. That way you can exile the extra copies to your Nivmagus to grow them, which I thought looked pretty bad. I still think it's probably kind of bad, but can be good. Anyway, so I tried that in Rug Delver, cut the 2-drops. And then I was like, well, the only green card you have at that point is Nivmagus, which isn't, like, that great, to be honest. Like, the Shroud part is pretty good, but that's about it. So, then that's the only green card you're playing. So then I took that idea over to Grixis, which is basically actually just blue and red. It's almost just mono blue, splashing Lightning Bolt, splashing Gurmag Angler. That's it. It's like mono blue, splashing Lightning Bolt, splashing Gurmag, and some pretty like higher impact sideboard cards. And yeah, so the idea is you're just not playing any 2-drops. I have a couple 3-drops in True Name, but I'm not playing any 2-drops. Instead, I'm just playing a couple extra 1-drops to go with the Delvers, 2 Nivmagus and 1 Terramander. Gurmag is basically a 1-drop as well, and then that lets you leave up Stifle and Flusterstorm and Spell Snare a lot more, and gives you yeah. So this is the list. Sideboard, Bitter Blossom's been pretty good actually. Not a big fan of that card either, but it's been pretty good. Braids for artifacts mostly. Power Blast for when you want to side out like some Force Wills and things like that against blue decks. Vapor Snag for like a Merit Lage or something, or just a Gurmag Angler. Static Caster for small creatures, and Dead and Gone plays the role of your regular removal, your 5th bolt kind of thing, as well as your 2nd bounce spell along with Vapor Snag for things like Merit Lage, and then some graveyard hate as you would expect to see, and then a Winter Orb for the control decks. The Gurmag Slash is that much better than on-color Terramander? It's pretty close. Yeah, I think the Terramanders are not that good, to be honest. Like, it usually costs 3 mana to activate it at any reasonable turn in the game. I'm playing 1 Terramander, which can be awkward with Gurmag, but I found it to be alright. Playing 4 Terramanders and like light up the stage is what you are Delver's doing, and although that is a viable strategy, I don't think it's that good. I think there's 4 Terramanders is too many bad creatures, and then light up the stage is good, but like you're playing a bunch of bad creatures to go with it. This deck also plays bad creatures like Nivmagus, but if your opponent ever tries to fight a counter war with you and you end with a Flusterstorm and you have Nivmagus in play, the game is just like over. So that's kind of cool. And the Flusterstorms have upside against combo. But the real reason to play a Black Splash is more for like Bitter Blossom and Diabolic Edict in the sideboard. There's other sideboard options that are available in black too, but yeah, I think it's worth it. Grimag's quite strong. I don't think Terramander's very strong. So that's the idea behind it. Let's play the League. How much better do I think the Reanimator gets with the London Mulligan change? I want to say a little bit better. I mean, it's the thing is it's already really good. Like Reanimator's already really good game one. So it's definitely gonna get a little bit better. You're gonna have fewer games that you lose game one because you mulled a 3. Like with the London Mulligan rule, if you have to mold a 3, like you still have a pretty good chance of winning, I think. Like I don't think you're gonna have to mulligan that many times actually to find playable, winnable hand with that rule. But the sideboards are gonna be a little bit hard. The sideboard games are gonna be even harder. Maybe. Depends on how popular leyline decks get. But I already have my sideboard tuned for those Chalice decks, so that might be fine too with the new London Mulligan rule. I've got 8 answers to those things. They're mulliganing to Leyline plus Chalice, and then maybe I'll just play more Serenities. 4 Serenities, 4... Well, no, maybe 3 Serenities, 1 Wear Tear, 4 Reverend Silence, something like that. Then it doesn't really matter if, like, what they've mulliganed to. If you're mulliganing to Serenity, like, it doesn't matter how many good cards they have. You only need the 1 plus your combo, but... Oh, man. Oh, this is so annoying. Why does it do this to me? Jeez, this is worse than it was before. I don't know how to change this. Let's make it stop. Stop adjusting in this weird way. Having to do this at the beginning of every game. How did the legs... I was on yesterday, at least from my time, it was yesterday. The playoffs didn't go well. I faced mono red round 1, and I accidentally kept an unkeepable hand game 1. So I lost the first round. Probably the worst matchup, and pretty bad punt. And then round 2, I was kind of planning to just drop, but it was still pretty early. And at that point, I was, you know, not really planning to play the whole thing at that point because it's late here, and I was going to just drop when I lost a round. But since it was so early, I played the second round. I won game 1, lost game 2 to Force plus Surgical. Put that on the top. Okay. And then game 3, I mulled to 3. Tonight we are on Delver. We're playing It's like almost mono blue Delver, but it's blasting lightning bolts and Gurmag Anglers. So Grixis Delver. Barely. What is going on? The hell is going on? Should I just fetch now? I have a Nivmagus on top. That might be good. Yeah, this is fine. I'm pretty sure this is that I just saw Cyrus post this deck somewhere. That they're playing like ill-gotten gains. Or ill-gotten gains and Helm. Rip. Not Helm. Leyline and Helm and... I didn't look that carefully. Jeez. What are they doing? What could they do with this last card here? So what, they're going to put one card in their hand? What could it be? A Helm. But then what? Then I win? And they lose? Yeah, sure. I'll show the list. Oh. Jeez. That is pretty good, actually. What are they going to do next? Another plunge plus mana? Jeez. Still think there's a decent chance I win this game. Where is our cardboard live? I don't have that. So what's the best thing they can do now? They have to try and find in the top 3 cards a Tendrils or Tendrils in the top 3. Helm probably not good enough. GG. Nice deck. This would have been better. That actually looked pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like the ill-gotten gains with the ley line was that's pretty wild. That's pretty cool though. Cyrus literally just posted this deck somewhere, but I did not look that carefully. I could just like cut at least a Gurmag. Maybe an Abrade comes in. They have Thespian stage, so they're probably playing depths as well. I guess I should plan for depths. Like depths. Yeah, they're definitely playing depths. What's up, SSS Nace? How you doing, man? Good morning. Good afternoon for me. Good morning. Good evening. I think maybe we actually want some bolts. Stifle. Terramander. Alright, I'm gonna cut some graveyard stuff because there's no reason to have that. Really, I can just win with Delvers, I think. Terramander might be good at blocking a 2020. Okay, cut at least one bolt. Surgical, Edict, Vapor Snag all seem pretty good. I want all the counter spells. I guess I'll just cut Terramander. And True Name, and I guess one Abrade's probably enough. Yeah, there it is. Looks like they have like a bunch of random stuff basically. And Phyrexian Obliterator. Anyway, I think I sideboarded fine. This hand looks fine. Deck looks pretty sweet. Their deck looks pretty sweet. They're gonna be real sad when they go for a turn to 2020 and get it Vapor Snagged. So I might be forcing like a discard spell. Yeah, I'm gonna force that one. I can draw like something else, another Daze or something, Flusterstorm, to protect this Vapor Snag. I don't want to get it discarded. I'm gonna start with Ponder, probably playing out this Wasteland, unless I draw Flusterstorm. This is all great. All right. Brainstorm on top. Yeah, my deck's just basically a Delver deck, though. Their deck is way spicier. So spicy it killed itself on game 1. Just the spiciest. Just the spiciest of spicy. Okay, you get my Vapor Snag, I assume. Yep, they're totally going for 2020. I've got a Wasteland and a Diabolic Edict, if I'm careful. And I have a 1/1. 20, 18, 19 more turns. We're gonna get there. I think I'm gonna brainstorm. Otherwise, My threat, not that great, to be real. To be completely real. Do I just want to shuffle away some stuff? Fortunately, they can't really go for it now anyway because of the wasteland. Like, I wish they just tried last turn. They didn't cast discard this turn. I guess. This is a little risky, but I don't know if hiding two things and then drawing one bad one is worth it. Probably not. I'm gonna get another volcanic. This isn't perfect because I have this edict. But I can always use the edict to grow my to grow my Nivmagus. I also could have waited till their upkeep there. That was a mistake. I think. Yeah, definitely could have waited. Should have waited till the upkeep. It's just a land. Well, it's just a land. So they drew a swamp. And they played it. That's interesting. So they have Phyrexian Obliterators in their deck. That's the only thing I could bolt, and I'm not going to be bolting that anyway. It's possible I should have exiled that bolt, but they have Toxic Deluge. I think I need to save this edict for their Obliterators. So we have one unknown, two Urborgs, a Toxic Deluge, and one unknown. Flusterstorm would be really nice. I think they couldn't beat a Flusterstorm. Not with this hand. They played their Urboard. That doesn't. They didn't tap it. They just played it. Interesting. It's fine. It's good. It's fine. It's whatever. We got a 1-1. We're gonna attack for 1 a bunch of times. It's all good. We'll get there. It's gonna be fine. Better for Deluge. Nets you 2 damage on the next swing and 2 on the play. Yeah, but they would have cast their Toxic Deluge, so it may not have actually even been 3 points because that's only 2 if they cast Toxic Deluge. I mean, obviously they take damage off Toxic as well, but I don't actually want them to cast Toxic Deluge. Because I'd rather just attack a bunch and then Flusterstorm and make this too big for them to Toxic Deluge, is basically the plan. And if I did sacrifice it, then they're going to Toxic Deluge, because then it looks like a real threat. That's fine. They're eventually not, like, the Toxic Deluge is going to be... I think they have to take one of these two. Took the Force. Now they're going to cast Toxic because they're going to be scared. And they have to cast it for, like, 8? Yeah, they can't actually use Toxic here. The challenge did not go well. I lost to mono red round 1, and then I mentally checked out, but I also lost round 2. See, now the Toxic is dead because he waited too long to cast it. If I had exiled my Bolt, he would have cast it right away and it would not have been dead. Yeah, kind of sucks. It's okay. It was really late here. I misclicked keep game 1. Pretty bad. They've realized it's dead. More Shoe 12, thanks for the follow. Too bad. Could have just won if they cast it. Alright, let's think about this though. So we can cast a Braid and exile it and get in for 3. Then they have to Toxic for 4. Yeah. Yeah. Could do that. It doesn't actually kill him though. So I don't really think I want to. I think But maybe one days would have been good there. Either way, it shuts off their Toxic Deluge. I guess I just daze this because they're dead now. They're dead to the 3/4. Yeah, if I'd used both my dazes, they would have been at 1. I guess they couldn't have cast this, but you never know what's going to happen. So we won both games with Nivmagus. We won both games with it as a 1-1, basically. Oh yeah, I'll show you the... It's the same as last... I guess you haven't been here in a while, huh? I haven't changed it in a while, though. But maybe this will be a refresher if you have seen it already. It's playing green and white in the sideboard. I'll come back to it. Okay, yeah, so I haven't changed it since last time you watched then. Yeah, I like the double splash. Hey, what's up, 17 Parks? It is 1 in the afternoon on Wednesday for me. This hand's fine. I really wish we had gotten a Stifle hand. Eventually, we'll get one. I like stifling. Looks like we're playing against another combo deck. Definitely, Archetype and Inkwell are not in any way the same, I think. Pretty, like, I think Inkwell is just like a thing that attacks and has Shroud, while Archetype protects all of your creatures and actually locks out Karakas players from the game. So I would recommend playing Archetype over Inkwell for sure. Personally. I could have pondered first. So they're like some kind of control deck. Just play out this Delver. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Yeah, with Archetype, you don't want to put it into play as like your threat. You just want to get Gristlebrand, draw a bunch of cards, so that you can combo another 1 or 2 times. Generally 2. If you draw 14 cards, you're trying to combo at least 2 more times with that. And then you just get whatever they can't beat, which is like Elish Norn or Iona, and then you play Archetype, and they can't mess with the card that they can't beat. So that's the idea behind Archetype. Exactly. Yeah, Arcana have considered playing Sword of Fire and Ice. I've even played it, but Force Stoneforge Mystic is not so great. Like, the card is a bit on the slow side, and if you draw equipments like Anyway, you just don't want to flood on him. I've just found 3 to be pretty good and Sword of Fire and Ice to be unnecessary. Sword of Fire and Ice is great when you need the protection, but since you have True Name Nemesis ×3, like, you don't really need the protection. So Jite is pretty close to as good. And then you don't have to play as many Stoneforge Mystics. So I see it as an upside to not having to play so many Stoneforge Mystics. Guess we're gonna get maybe K commanded here. Okay. Yeah, you have Noble Hierarchs too, though, that make it so you can attack with your Birds of Paradise. Yeah, I like the Coffin Purge if you expect any number of mirrors. The Lavamancer is definitely a flex spot. That doesn't seem that good to me, but I don't really want to cut it. Because although it hasn't seemed that good, I still feel like theoretically it should be pretty good. More Thoughtseizes? Yeah, you could play a third Thoughtseize. That would be fine. He didn't have any blue sources, so yeah. I think it's better to waste the blue source than the double black. They did draw another land and another land, so it didn't matter. But if they didn't draw another blue source, there's very little chance that they win. That decklist thing doesn't work. I'll show it to you in between rounds. Yeah, we're gonna end up losing this one. I feel like there were like multiple turns there where I basically wasted them out of the game. But no, they just keep drawing lands, and I don't draw any threats. True Name. True Name or Gurmag, please. I guess. Oh, wow. I'm just going to draw the 2 True Names and not draw the Flusterstorm, because I'm never going to be able to protect these True Names with Flusterstorm. Because it would be too many turns of drawing cards and not casting True Names. I got both of my True Names. How about that? Now let's hope that they don't have more answers or a wasteland. Yeah, Deluge is gone, but they probably have Snapcasters. So they have Edict and Deluge in their graveyard already. And they also have Liliana. Like, seems to have lots of answers to True Name. You think this is Stryfo's list? Could be. I haven't seen any Punishing Fires or anything. But they are playing green. I think they're not on Stryfo's list, though. I think they're just on 4-color control. Here comes the Snapcaster Edict. No? Yeah, I agree. It looks like 4C. I could have not played out that Delta, but they're probably playing Hymn to Turok, so I'd rather them not hymn me. And if I keep it in my hand, they're definitely going to do it, because it looks like they want to. I will just play out this Delver, plays around Edict. Snap Deluge could happen. I could also just draw a Flusterstorm, that would stop that. Yeah, I think him winning had something to do with that. What are we gonna see here? Hopefully it is Snapcaster now. That would be great. Because Snapcaster Edict's gonna be, or Snapcaster Toxic's gonna really suck. Strix, and they're killing this, so that's like fine. That's fine. Okay, this is fine. I need to find like a Flusterstorm or a Wasteland, because they're probably going to find a Snapcaster here. They shuffled, so that's good. So they shuffled, so... But they have 2 Strixes, so I'm not going to play out this Delver. Just because they have 2 Strixes. This plays around Snapcaster the best, I think. If they go Snap Edict instead, maybe I should have played it. Flusterstorm. So I'm going to play this now. So it's a spell for Flusterstorm. And they would have edicted there. Then I'll cast this. Okay, we're gonna bring in Bitter Blossom, Winter Orb, maybe Edict, maybe is it Staticaster, Super maybe Vapor Snag, but probably not. No Vapor Snag. Cutting some or most Dazes. This stuff I'll like, all of this stuff. I'm gonna just cut most of this stuff. 1 and 1 seems good, and I think I can cut a Spell Snare's pretty good. Could be a Bolt or a Dismember. Maybe I'll just cut a Dismember. Not too worried about Gurmag Angler. I just here for a few minutes before work. Can you, after that game, quickly explain how to sideboard in the BR mirror? In your stream yesterday, you brought 4 Reverent Silence. I still didn't figure out why. Reverent Silence is a free spell to eat Chancer triggers, and it also answers half of their reanimate spells. Animate Dead, so. I felt really harmless versus Delver or versus Storm, but I made few small misplays and they led to immediate loss. Oh, you're talking about Stryfo's deck? Morshoe, thanks for following. I think I missed a follow. Morshoe12, thanks for following. This hand's fine. Not great. Yeah, no problem. Island go. fine. Just gonna start out with a volcanic here. We have more. We have more 1 mana red spells that we care about. Both of these don't matter for a long time. By a long time, I mean at least like 3 turns. Yes. I do have a brainstorm. I think I'm gonna brainstorm at the end of. I'm just gonna pass. Yeah, I am also not a fan of Terramander or Nivmagus, to be honest, but they both are like situationally good, and I think what I like about this deck is that you're not playing 2-drops. I think that the 2-drops are too clunky for cards like Stifle and Spell Snare, so you have to play some bad 1-drops, I think. And so situationally they're good, and they do end up winning you some games, so that's always nice. If they play a Planeswalker here, that's bad news. And this is why Flusterstorm's much worse than Spell Snare. I mean Spell Pierce. I only have 1 Daze and 1 Force of Will. Okay. Think we're gonna get rid of the Edict. Actually, maybe Gurmag's the weakest link here. It is like our closest threat to being cast, but 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Let's get rid of Spell Snare. I'm just gonna fetch now. I agree. I don't really like Tarmogoyf. That was one of the main problems I found with Rug when I was playing it. Was that the green creatures are just not good enough. Yeah, and Gurmag's usually a mana less than Tarmogoyf, so it's pretty important also. Because Gurmag and Tarmogoyf have very similar issues, as like you said, like True Name blocks them and Strix and stuff. But this being 1 mana as opposed to 2 is pretty big. No, they're gonna play a 2-drop after I. Oh my god. Oh my god. Really? Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, I'm losing to that Assassin's Trophy. I kind of hope I draw a black source and kill them with Gurmag. That would be funny. Yeah, a deck like this, Gurmag is just always better than Tasigur. Or like 95% of the time. No shuffle. I think we're losing this one. What? Edict, Flusterstorm, those are fine, I guess. Yeah, the legendary thing definitely makes a big difference for Tasker's playability. Fortunately, I think we're not winning this one. This does starting to look a lot more like Stryfo's deck, but without Grove. Oh. No, they just didn't have any of that the first game. Okay. Gonna go ahead and cast this now. What makes you think they're watching? Anyway, it's fine. It's just a league. Don't chase me. Basically, I have to avoid them having good stuff for a few turns here. That's fine. We can deal with that. We can be one of those. No! Could have waited a turn, but I felt like we just have to be a little greedy. And keep casting these brainstorms, but now we're stuck. I mean, we've been trying to claw our way out of that first bad brainstorm. But we're so far behind that I think waiting another turn to brainstorm was not worth it, but maybe I'm wrong. Now we're like super stuck. But I guess like if there's a land under it, we have a chance maybe. Probably not. I'm actually going to let them trophy my thing as opposed to not. Because otherwise I have to draw another Gurmag. Oh no, they're not trophying. You like playing Brainstorm into Gurmag? Yeah, that would have been nice. I agree. That would have been great. That was the idea. Didn't get there though. Yes, we could have stifled. But I actually wanted them to trophy my land so I could shuffle. But they went for Brainstorm. Can't stifle after they've targeted, I don't think. Could be wrong. I guess it was still up there. I'm going to kill this one just because it saves me some life, and I know I'm drawing a Gurmag next turn, and I can cast 2 Gurmags if I ever draw the black source. I saw on the Reddit thread that you are the... Is that true? No, that is not true. Oh, you can't stifle before they target. Okay. Should have paid attention to that. All right, I'm just gonna concede here. We're drawing. They're gonna have a Snapcaster and K command back. It's too much. Ugh, yeah, if we'd waited a turn, we would have hit the land. Gonna try this. Yeah, you can post a link as long as it's, you know, whatever. Not something inappropriate. Oh yeah, no, I saw the comment. It's not true though. That person's just messing around. They're just trolling. It's a troll. Wasteland. Bitter Blossom. This is great. I'm gonna ponder though, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna ponder. Try and find like a daze. That's pretty good. It's pretty good, not perfect. But I just hope I don't have to cast that right now. Of course, they just don't have any. They don't have any fetch lands, it seems. It's something. It's pretty good. I hope they countered this. No. Yo, what's up? I need to get this Gurmag down and protect it. Otherwise, my clock's a bit slow. Now they have the fetch land. Yeah, I mean, they're going to have answers to it, though. They didn't shuffle, too. So Abrupt Decay would just like kind of wreck me. But there's nothing I can do about it. No discard. I'm not running discard. The thing I have to consider though is my life total versus their life total, as well as Abrupt Decay. Those are the two main considerations about not winning with Bitter Blossom. There's a point where they can just say, okay, he's got a Bitter Blossom, so I need to race, and then they play threats and try and race, which is not the hardest thing to do. Sure. Yeah, you can cycle that. It seems it does seem like they're playing around like my hand very well all the time, every turn. So I'm not sure they're actually going to do that. But I don't think I need to cast anything anytime soon. I'm just not going to worry about it. It is a league. I mean, it's part of streaming. People sometimes do that. Let's see. 5. I guess I just pass here. Exactly. It is a good point, though. I mean, it's almost certain they would have just used that Cindervines, right? Like, that's your answer to Bitter Blossom. It's not an actual clock, like leaving it in play. Now they use it. They were playing around Stifle earlier, so it's reasonable that they could continue playing around Stifle. Yeah. It is reasonable, I agree. Sure. I think I can wasteland their grove now. Although the life gain is kind of nice, and I have the surgical. Interesting. So I could just waste them off black here, actually. One. What's this? Alright, so maybe it's a toxic deluge. Otherwise, this attack makes no sense. So I will block. -5. Okay. You got it. Try and race them with this fairy now seems pretty reasonable. No, they don't have black either, so they can't really play like any good planeswalkers other than Jace, but I have 2 red blasts for that. Now they could have P-Fire plus return it through surgical. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, I'm gonna attack first so that they don't just use the P-Fire. Then I'm gonna wasteland them so they can't do that. Oh no! They have their first black and I can't wasteland it. I'm pretty much out of wastelands anyway. That's annoying. Mystic Revolive, thanks for the follow. Play this out. It's a little bit away from being Being another Gurmag Angler. Flying Gurmag Angler. But it's not too far. I have a very strong feeling the last card in their hand is a Punishing Fire. Yeah, I'm just playing one Terramander. I mean, obviously they're not ideal together, but they don't work that poorly together either. But the idea is just to have mostly one drops. Oh shit. I meant to attack with both, obviously. Whoops. Whoops. That's kind of crazy. They're now at 4 instead of 3, which is different. It's just one Terramander. It's not that crazy. You actually... Trophy? I want to play True Name next turn, so I'm going to cast this. Here comes the P-Fire. No? Don't think I can get punished here. I think they're dead. All right, that was an interesting game. I will be right back shortly, very shortly, for round 3. Not that true. Nothing can beat Delver. Nothing can beat Delver, and everything can beat Delver, right? Blackbird. This hand's fine. I wish we won the die roll and had Stifle, but can't have it every time. Why can't we just have it once, though? Also, our opponents don't play fetches today. None of our opponents have played any fetches. They've all played Basic Island. I guess it's better than playing Soulland Chalice the Void. 2 cards on top. So I was going to play Miracles too and have this be like a pretty long stream today, but there's maintenance coming up. Probably won't have time to play an entire Miracles League after. This one's already feeling like it's going to take some time. Because we're playing against... who knows what? Looks like another control deck. Could be like Sneak and Show, but it feels like a control deck. Basic Island usually indicates Miracles, sometimes Sneak and Show. Looks like Miracles. I think I just pass. I can always end of turn brainstorm if I really want to set up this Delver, but I don't think the game's really about this Delver. I think I think brainstorm into Fluster. I was thinking about fetch brainstorm. That seems a little weird. I can draw more bolts later. I think this is okay. We don't have like answers to back to basics in our counterspells here anyway, so I think using them to try and get some damage in or draw some other counterspells out of their hand is a good idea. That way, if I draw Force Will, I can fight over their back to basics. Or Terminus, for that matter. Yeah, but fetch into brainstorm seemed bad, so it's either that or just let the Delver die. Like, there's a good chance it flips anyway. Counterbalance, yeah. It's problematic. But again, we don't have our counterspells don't actually line up against that. So I'm going to brainstorm. We need to cast these 1-mana spells while they're tapped out, rather than slamming True Name. Let's hope they don't have a Terminus on top, so that's nice. Ugh. It's not the worst. Alright, let's hope we blind flip now. Thanks, man. See you later, Archon. Yeah, force isn't bad. I don't really want to force pitching either of these, but I guess I would pitch Ponder because of counterbalance. If we draw another Flusterstorm, that would be nice. Like flipping off Flusterstorm would be the best. Or Stifle maybe, but they could like Terminus with the 1 under it pretty easily. Okay, maybe they have a back to basics here. Another back to basics on top. Okay, so that's a 3. So we can't play this True Name yet, but we don't have to tap all of our lands. And hopefully we hit here. Damn, we've missed every freaking turn. Even with all those cantrips, too. It's pretty miserable. Yeah, if we had flipped here, like, I feel very strong that we're gonna win. Now I think it's gonna be close if we flip next turn. Jace. Yeah, we're pretty dead now. I mean, if we flip both, we can kill Jace and hit them for 3, which is nice, but they're probably going to Terminus. If we only flip 1, their life total is super high. Alright, we're flipping. Yeah, it is probably on top of Terminus, so I'm going to Ponder. Alright. Well, in that case, hopefully for their sake, hopefully they have one on the underneath this preordain. Alright, they're forcing. Alright, well that's probably the last spell I'm casting. Other than maybe a Bolt at some point. We could Spell Snare as Snapcaster, and if they end up preordaining into Snap... Oh. Yeah, we just lose. Could we draw? I think we lose. Yep, all we can do is replay Delver, but then that's it. That's the end of it. Daze might be okay, but I think not. Stifle seems okay. Spell Snare seems pretty good. Flusters are okay. Oops. I want Stifle. I'm gonna go down to 3 bolts. Actually, let's cut 2 wastelands and put 1 more Daze back. Yeah, let's try this. Thanks, Morphling. Jace to the face. This is the 3rd round. We're down a game round 3, but we're 2-0. So 2-0, down a game. Alright, we're gonna play first. Yeah, okay. Keep. Snap keep. Wow, just need a black mana. Oh yeah? That's awesome. Merfolk is pretty sweet. How'd you do? How did it go? Was it fun, at least? Did you win? (3-1). Awesome. It was kind of an aggressive counterspell, but they only have 5 cards. And I want to probably start casting stuff very soon. Including the Stifle. Although they don't seem to want to... They're going to play around it. I'm going to brainstorm now then. Yikes. Tripled your money. Nice. People were salty losing to Merfolk. It's kind of funny. Man, so when I play on my own, I swear to God nobody plays around Stifle, and now everybody's playing around Stifle. Come on! Crack your goddamn fetch lands. Thank you. Now they're gonna play a land in a 2-drop and crush me. Now they're thinking, Counterbalance? Yeah, god damn it. That's so annoying. Man, my hand was like so good, but they played really well. playing. I don't know if they did it on purpose, play around Stifle, but it worked. And then slam a counterbalance into play when I have 2 spell snares. I don't think I'm supposed to not stifle there though. Maybe. Maybe I'm only supposed to stifle one thing. Seems bad. Alright, at least they're missing land drops themselves. Okay. At least if, like, I think they're trying to set up a 2 on top, I can surgical first. There are brainstorms. I'm gonna do that. If I can get these Bitter Blossoms into play, I'll probably be able to win. Now if they brainstorm, I'm just like boned. Maybe I was supposed to just play Bitter Blossom. Oh my god. Sup, Cedrus? I'm getting completely crushed. This game. I'm getting destroyed. Oh my god. I had a feeling that they put a 2 on top, though. I was worried that they put a 2 on top. So I wanted the surgical so they couldn't brainstorm, or that they would brainstorm in response. But they had a 1 on top and brainstorm in their hand, which was like just game over. Not sure what to do. So yeah. This is awkward though. Because now a 1 or a 2 gets me. Hopefully they just have a land. Terminus. It's pretty much a land. They also have a Force of Will. No. So they have a Terminus and a Swords to Plowshares. Some unknowns. I guess I'm gonna cast this Ponder while I can. It's not like a good Ponder. Okay. I mean, they probably have answers to counterbalance in their deck. Maybe not, though. They probably do. It's a pretty good one. Basically better than an answer. Hey, it's something I can counter, kinda. I'm so dead. To pay for his Flusterstorm, that's pretty awesome. Did you force something and then you tapped all your islands? That's pretty sweet. This game, we're not winning this one. Like, Miracles is a kind of tricky matchup, but I've been beating it with this deck because my opponents don't usually play around Stifle so effectively. They played around all my Stifles and Counterspells really well. And they keep hitting their best cards against me. Counterbalance being the one that I could have countered but there's the way I ended up stifling made it so I couldn't. And now back to basics, which I can't really beat. I'm not racing Mentor either. This round just went really poorly. This did not work out. Nothing lined up right. And my opponent crushed me. Like, my hand was really good, but I don't know. I don't know if they were actively trying to play around these cards that I had, because it seemed like it. It worked really well for them. Because if they had, like, if I had been able to stifle on their turn and then spell pierce the counterbalance and not get my Bitter Blossom, you know, if I could have got both of them into play, there's like no way I lose. But yeah, that was rough. I got crushed. And yeah, I guess I could have assumed they had a 1 on top, but I kind of assumed they had a 2 on top. So if I'd gone counterbalance and then surgical, it would have been better. But then I don't have any good surgical targets either. If they cast their Brainstorm, I guess I'm still targeting Brainstorm. But it's a pretty bad surgical. If I could have, like, just gotten 3 of Brainstorms out of their deck, it'd be pretty good. Because Brainstorm plus counterbalance is just really strong. If I had like 2 1-drops to resolve, like if I had a Red Blast, I would have played the Bitter Blossom first to then resolve the Red Blast on the counterbalance, because counterbalance is just a pain to beat. Eget, what's up? Thanks for following. How you doing? I recognize your screen name. All right, I recognize your name from an online screen, Magic Online screen name. All right, let's go. We lost the die roll again, though. What is going on today? I want to win this. I want to win some die rolls. This hand would be great if I was on the play. Oh, what? They go into main 2 to do something? Ay, ay, ay. If I was on the play, hand would be better. Hand would be better. As things stand, hand is terrible. Can't beat Dredge with this hand or deck. Maybe we can beat the sideboard games, maybe. Seems they're not hitting super strong dredges, though. Like, they've just hit more dredgers. Ugh. Well, that's a good one. Hey, what's up, Bara? We're losing to Dredge now. I got crushed by Miracles round 2. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're getting destroyed. If I'd won the die roll, though, this would have been great. Might have actually won game 1. Now they have how many bridges? Just 3? Just 3? All 3? 4? 3? Let's see what they name. There's like no way I win, right? I could just concede. Two, 3 Igrids. I guess if I draw a lightning bolt. What do I think about saving grasp? Return target creature you own to your hand. That doesn't look very good to me. Like, yeah, no, that doesn't look good to me at all. That looks like it doesn't work the way you might want it to. You can only return your own creature, right? So all it does is protect you against exactly like Swords to Plowshares, but then you're protecting a 1/2 against Swords to Plowshares. Doesn't seem worth it at all. And if you're playing it to protect against Swords to Plowshares, then you're not playing it to exile itself to your Nivmagus. Did I just draw the one card I said I wanted to draw? Interesting. I don't think you need flashback though. Just, I mean, if you're playing Nivmagus, you just want to play Flusterstorms and call it good. I think. So unfortunately, I think I'm probably still dead to these secrets. Oh my god. I drew the card I wanted to draw, but I don't think it matters at all. What could we do that would win now? Somehow, I guess there's not much. Yeah, get a bunch of grave trolls. I'm not gonna mill them out. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. Germag Angler, maybe? I don't think it's good enough. I'm just dead. They've got too many black creatures in their graveyard. You would have dazed to get counters. Yeah, that could have been good. I don't think if it stuck around I'm winning either, but you're right. Would have been better to do that. This Bitter Blossom seems kind of good, right? Alright, let's bring in the stuff that's for sure. This could be good. Alright. These are definites, these are maybes, and then what's bad? Stifle might be okay. We can cut like one stifle or two. Cut two spell snares. Cut dismember and true name. I think Stifle's pretty bad. It really only hits a grid. Narcomoeba. I guess hitting a Narco is kind of nice, but I think we really want to go after the graveyard in a different way. This one's close. It needs, like, obviously, graveyard hate. It's got threats, counters. I think I keep it. Any cantrip can help me find graveyard hate, and obviously graveyard hate, so try it out. To play a one of Dismember? Well, why would you play a one of Dismember? What would it be for? I like to force the second looting. So actually, So they're gonna get, alright. They're gonna get to loot here once. I guess I just let that resolve. This is rough. They don't have any therapies yet, so I'm gonna force. I'm not sure which one to hit here. I guess I have to exile the Nivmagus and hope to draw like a surgical. And then is it Staticaster can actually like win? I need a land and a forest, but I think the Nivmagus is no good. Now okay. I'm not going to attack. I need to find a surgical like this turn. I think I'm dead. I could just block. No, they're not going to attack. Need to find a surgical right now. Does that do anything? I guess this actually just... I think I'm just dead. Well, this was an unfortunate round also. Jeez. Not really sure I could have done anything different other than mulligan to Graveyard Hate, but... My hand was fine against like a single Lion's Eye Diamond looting, but the second Lion's Eye Diamond... Because it made it so my forces didn't really do anything no matter what. I mean, my counters don't do anything. House, thanks for following. Appreciate it. Can't really do anything about any of this. Yeah, we just lose this match. It's a hard matchup. Felt like, yeah. So if we had found a surgical in that first couple of turns there, we could have surgicaled the bridges, and then the Staticaster just wins until they get like, you know, these second set of tokens, then we just lose. But if we had found a surgical bridge, and when they just have these two, then we probably win with Staticaster. But that's not what happened. Instead, we didn't, and we lost. GG. Eget said he thinks I should have like forced and daze the enablers. The problem with that is when they have an LED, that's like an enabler. So if you force that, then like any cantrip just puts an end to your plan there, or any like looting effect. I mean, or second LED. So I usually just let the LEDs resolve, and then let the looting resolve, and then I counter the flashback or the breakthrough, because those are the ones that really just bury you. And if you counter those and they're left with just a land, then after that, then they're just like dredging, you know, their normal dredge every turn. Which then they have to hit pretty well. But if they're dredging like between 2 and 3 times, like 2 and 3 shots per turn, then you just like cannot win. Hopefully we win this one and end up with a 3-2. If not, it'll be my first time not cashing with this particular build of Delver. I haven't played it that many times though. This is my 4th league. Fourth league and first time streaming it. And first time where people played around Stifle like I've never seen before. Not even like fetching, they just like had basics every turn, every game. It was crazy. Speaking of which, so I lost the die roll again, I'm gonna just complain about everything. But I think I've lost every single die roll this round. 5 in a row. Certainly have, yeah. This hand I would just probably keep it if I was on the play. Alright. This hand's not great either, but keep it. We're playing against Reanimator. No. What? What? Oh, we're playing against Belcher. Okay. This is a deck I've not seen in a while. So long that I've forgotten that Chancellor into Taiga actually is something. Oh god. Oh god. This league has been so bad. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're dead. I hope they go for the Telemann performance and get like a Delver of Secrets. I hope they think I'm on Reanimator. Go for Telemann performance for the lulz. And then they just hit like a Delver. Or a Nivmagus. Actually, Nivmagus might be pretty good for them. They're doing it! Oh, please tell me they're doing it. Oh my god, please tell me. Please do it. Just do it. You know you want that Griselbrand. You know you want to beat me with a Griselbrand. No empty. Telemann performance. The suspense is killing me. They're thinking about it. Come on. What are we waiting for now? Burning Wind? Oh, they just went for empty. God damn it. All right. Yeah. Obviously. But if they... Empty loses to Reanimator, like... 10 tokens does not beat Reanimator. By the way, I'm playing 4 Fluster Storm's main. This should be okay, right? I sure hope so. And Stifles? Like, this deck should be great. I just need to win die rolls. Why can't I win die rolls? Yeah, it would have been amazing if they went for Telemann performance. Alright, we'll keep this one. This looks great. Only thing I'm missing is a Daze or Force of Will. So a lot of things. Still fine. Hopefully. I hope we don't lose to this deck. This deck is not good. This deck is borderline unplayable at this point, I think. Could be wrong. So they just have mana. So here they get a land and then they have more mana. Sure. Can just wasteland him. What? The fuck? I don't understand. Huh? That doesn't make any sense to me. This card shows your whole hand. Desperate Ritual, Pyretic Ritualer. Oh, Tinderwall was the green card. Okay. 2. So they just have a bunch of mana. All right, so the plan here is to not do anything and hope they don't draw anything. That's the plan. It's a pretty good plan. Yeah, okay, so they didn't do anything. So now we can bolt this, wasteland this, and then we just like win. GG, pretty much. Bolt that, waste this, play Nivmagus, Flusterstorm is up and good to go. So now that they don't have removal, I will exile my bolt. I could save it for another Tinderwall, but I want to clock them. It's fine. Now if they ever cast anything, they're just like gonna die. Especially if it's like off of a artifact into a ritual, and then they just die, dead. Sure, play it. Why not? Okay, here we go. Do it. Storm count. 1. Done. 1 and done. Sweet deck. Great games. This is fun. They should play Reanimator. It's better and wins faster. And more fun. More fun for everybody. Let's go. Let's go. My turn? I mean, next game? One more game. That was fun. Alright, let's not get turn 1 here. I think we're fine on the configuration. Other than maybe we want like something like that. I think we'll try that. Just want more blue cards, I think, on the draw. Because an opening Force of Will is pretty important against this deck. If we don't get turned 1, this hand's fine. Not really, but it's okay. 2 cantrips and a Flusterstorm. It's a turn 1 Fluster, turn 2 Brainstorm into Ponder. Just finished building Reanimated Person. Need to find a way to get it online by trading real cards for MTGO tickets or something. I mean, you could sell your cards, and then you could buy tickets. If you buy tickets from grinders, they're going to be cheaper than if you buy them from Wizards of the Coast. You can get them for like probably pretty... You could buy tickets from me if you'd like. I would sell them to you for whatever the bots are selling them for, if you wanted. Not, I won't do that for everybody, but because they're so low right now. But if anybody wants to just like buy into Magic Online, they're not just trying to like make money off my tickets or something. The ticket price right now is Celtics. But anyway, if you buy from grinders, it'll be cheaper. They're 75 cents a ticket. So that's pretty low. I wouldn't want to sell that many, but I would sell some or find you somebody who will sell you some at that price. Anyway, they've mulliganed. I think I like this hand. It's fine. They're mulliganing. Cool. Yeah, another thing is once I go back to the US, I'm going to do like some giveaway stuff. So maybe I would buy that card from you for tickets. So it seems like a pretty sweet giveaway card. I've got a box topper that I'm going to give away as my first giveaway. 2 subs, by the way, so you guys should get in there. Subscribe to my channel if you want to be part of that giveaway. It'll be when I get back into the US at the end of May. I'm going to do a giveaway. Where I give away a Sigarda box topper. Maybe some other sweet cards too, but definitely a Sigarda box topper that I have. I'm not sure what it's worth. It's not the most expensive box topper, but it is the box topper I have, and I think it looks really sweet, and I imagine somebody would be happy to get it for free. Looks like they're passing. That's good news for me. And they did reveal a Chancellor, so it's... my hand's okay. This is pretty good. I'm not going to cast anything yet. Force of Will, yes, please. I will take a Force of Will one time. Thank you. Now we just need to find a clock. They're going to clean up here. It's kind of a bummer for them. I'll just do this now. It's fine. I got more fetch lands. Let's find us a Nivmagus Elemental. Alright, well, we didn't find any clocks, but Chancellor Trigger is now over. That part of the game is done. Yeah, McKiller, thanks for the host. Oops. Thank you, thank you. How'd your stream go? Yeah, my opponent is playing a not very fun deck to play when you're losing. It's fun if you turn 1 every time. I agree. Although many people would say the same thing about Reanimator, I am aware. But I think Reanimator is probably a little better than Belcher. Let's get a Nivmagus. Delver's fine. Might need to cast Cantrip and Force Will, so we'll do this. Did have a 4-1 as well, even adds out 2-0 into 0-3 as per usual. That's a bummer. But 4-1, yeah. This is my first league, and I am hopefully about to end in a 3-2. I got completely destroyed by Dredge and Miracles. Although I've, in the past, beat Miracles with this deck, but I got wrecked. I got, like... Nothing worked out for me correctly. Everything worked out really well for my opponent. About them resolving their great spells and me just not. My opponent is discarding Chancellors. This game is over. I could brainstorm here. I don't mind drawing that a Braid, and I could draw a Nivmagus, which would be pretty good. Just like to close the game. It doesn't really matter if I brainstorm or not right now. If I just like hit 2 lands and the Abrade though, that's pretty bad, so I guess I can just wait. Instead of trying to be super fast here. Might as well just wait. I don't think I'm losing this. Unless something really bad happens. Play out a land next turn. Because then if I flood out on lands, it should be okay. I don't want to, so I'm not going to plan for it by playing a land yet. I'm going through old Moto screenshots. I have one from 2007 playing versus you on Bant Blade with 3 mana Gideon. That card was great. Why does everybody think that's so funny? That card was really good in Bant. It's like a... It made the mana more awkward though, so there's that. Alright. Yeah, we'll just shuffle both of these. Bant's great, and those cards are great. I think I could just shuffle these. I only really want Nivmagus or like True Name, I guess. Something clocking. I think I cut the Gurmags because I was on the draw. Could have cut Bolts, I guess. Although they're not too bad. They answer their Tinder wall thing. It was really good against Death and Taxes, actually, the Gideon, because you could just blank like whatever they're equipping. Also, Bant was just good against Death and Taxes. Now do I ponder? I guess I can. I have 2 Flusterstorms. I don't think I can really lose. I could just wait a turn and play out this Wasteland, though. Yeah. Well, actually... I don't want a hard cast Force anyway. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just pass. Sure. Now I want to use my mana in case I can ponder into another bolt or not. Days. Just shuffle. Maybe I can kill him now with another bolt. Yeah, this is fine. Just any order. I have force. Yeah. I'm only looking for bolt because otherwise I just have force and 2 Flusterstorms. So there's no bad hits there. There's only good hits. The same standard, I could just brainstorm here. Same thing. I still have force plus 2 flusters, but maybe if there's something I'm not thinking of, I'll just brainstorm in response. Otherwise, they're just dead. They drew a land. They might have had it. That's fine. They can't win with empty. I could just yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. I kind of want to destroy this Lion's Eye Diamond, but maybe not. If the next thing they cast is Charbelcher, huh? I don't really want them to have another one of those. So they can't win. They could cast Wish for Grape Shot. I guess I have 2 forces. I'll just let this resolve too. Now, if for some crazy reason they want to like sack their LEDs, then I can just force it. Okay, so now we know their hand is completely gone. I can just force it now, and then they'll concede. All right. Well, we got a 3-2. Not the very best, but the games against Miracles I don't think were typical. I don't know. Maybe I played poorly, or maybe my opponent was just really, really good. I'm not sure. And then Dredge is just gonna be rough, I think. Like, you can win, but you gotta. They either have to have a pretty bad hand, or you have to have a very specific set of cards to kill him. To kill him dead. So, not too surprising that ended up as a 3-2, other than the Miracles round didn't seem very typical to me. I don't know. Again, I might have played my cards wrong. I'm not sure. But that was the deck. I think it's pretty decent. pretty fun too. Might be better than some other Delver strategies. Might not be. I don't know. But anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed it. And you should check out my Twitch and watch me live sometime. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube. It is free. And if I ever get up to 1,000 people, then I can apply to get monetization, which would be sweet. Anyway, thanks again. Enjoy.